The Disappearance of Percy Fawcett, The Mysterious Quest for the Lost City of Z. Percy Fawcett was not your typical adventurer. Born in 1867, his lifelong obsession with exploring the unknown world set him apart from others of his time. Fawcett was captivated by the untamed Amazon rainforest, a land filled with secrets, indigenous tribes, and unexplored territories. His obsession wasn't just about discovery. It was about finding something monumental, something that could reshape history. Fawcett believed the Amazon hid a lost civilization he called Z, an ancient city rich with history, treasure, and knowledge. His vision of Z was inspired by archaeological findings and stories told by indigenous people. Fawcett wasn't merely chasing myths, he had collected evidence that convinced him of the city's existence. This personal quest would become his life's work, and ultimately, his undoing. Unlike many European explorers, Fawcett was careful to respect the indigenous cultures he encountered. He believed that survival in the Amazon depended on understanding and cooperating with the native people. His expeditions weren't just about finding Z, they were about learning from those who lived within the jungle's hostile environment. This outlook earned him both respect and fear among explorers and scientists alike. Yet, it was also this obsession that would lead to his mysterious disappearance in 1925. Fawcett set out on what would be his final expedition, seeking once again the elusive lost city of Z. As he and his small party ventured deeper into the jungle, they would vanish without a trace. To this day, their fate remains one of the most enduring mysteries of the 20th century. This episode explores Fawcett's life, his ambitious search for Z, and the many theories surrounding his disappearance. What could have happened to this seasoned explorer? Was he lost to the perils of the jungle, or did he find something so incredible it had to be hidden? As we unravel this mystery, we'll explore not just Fawcett's journey, but the dangerous allure of chasing the unknown. The Amazon Beckons, Early Expeditions. Fawcett's early expeditions in South America weren't immediately focused on finding the lost city of Z. He first entered the Amazon in the early 1900s as part of his work for the Royal Geographical Society, tasked with mapping uncharted territories. These early ventures introduced him to the harsh realities of the Amazon's environment: deadly wildlife, impenetrable foliage, and hostile tribes. But these experiences only strengthened his resolve to uncover the region's deeper mysteries. His early journeys into the Amazon were met with hardships that would break lesser men. Diseases like malaria, lack of food, and grueling conditions were constant challenges. Fawcett, however, thrived in these harsh settings, driven by an unshakable belief that the Amazon held secrets beyond anyone's comprehension. The jungle, to him, was not a place of fear but of untapped potential. In his early career, Fawcett mapped regions that had never been touched by European explorers. He even encountered tribes that had never seen outsiders before, treating them with the utmost respect. This helped Fawcett gain valuable knowledge about the region's geography and its peoples, preparing him for the larger expedition that would come. Each successful journey deepened his fascination with the Amazon's secrets. Despite his survival instincts and methods, Fawcett's expeditions were not without setbacks. Conflicts with his peers over expedition goals and the constant struggle for funding delayed his ambitions. But no matter the obstacles, Fawcett's focus remained sharp. He was convinced that the Amazon held the answers to a lost world, one that could rewrite history. His early expeditions became stepping stones toward his grander vision. Through these early journeys, Fawcett's reputation as a tough and fearless explorer grew. He was known for his endurance, determination, and respect for the wilderness and its people. Each trip left him more determined to return, until his focus began to shift toward the legend that would dominate his life, the lost city of Zed. The Amazon, it seemed, was whispering its secrets to him, and Fawcett was ready to listen. The Lost City of Zed, Fawcett's Grand Quest. The legend of the Lost City of Zed had intrigued explorers for centuries, but Fawcett was different. He wasn't just chasing a myth. The city he sought, Zed, was based on more than rumor. It was rooted in ancient manuscripts, archaeological evidence, and stories passed down through indigenous tribes. Fawcett believed Zed was a highly advanced civilization, one that predated European explorers by thousands of years. His belief in its existence became an all-consuming obsession. Fawcett wasn't alone in believing the Amazon hid ancient cities. Archaeologists and historians had uncovered evidence of civilizations that once thrived in the region. However, most experts dismissed the idea of a large, sophisticated city like Zed being lost in the jungle. But for Fawcett, the evidence was too compelling to ignore. He believed he was on the verge of the greatest discovery in modern history. His obsession with Zed was intensified by documents like the manuscript 512, a centuries-old document that described the ruins of an ancient city. Fawcett believed the city lay in an uncharted region of the Amazon, far beyond where most expeditions had gone. He was convinced that it held the key to understanding a forgotten chapter of human history. The idea of discovering a lost civilization drove him to the brink of madness. Fawcett theorized that the lost city of Zed was more than just a physical location. He believed it was a center of wisdom and technology, far ahead of its time. To discover Zed would not only prove the existence of advanced pre-Columbian civilizations but also challenge the Eurocentric view of history. This quest became the focus of his life, and he prepared for years to make his final attempt at locating the city. As the years passed, Fawcett's determination grew even stronger. He was convinced that the next expedition would be the one to reveal Zed's location. But the deeper he delved into the Amazon, the more elusive the city seemed to become. With every failed attempt, his reputation suffered, but his drive remained unwavering. Fawcett was prepared to risk everything to find Zed. Into the Jungle, the final expedition. In 1925, Percy Fawcett set out on his final, fateful expedition. Alongside him were his eldest son, Jack, and Jack's close friend, Raleigh Rimmel. The trio entered the Amazon with high hopes and minimal supplies, determined to remain undetected by hostile tribes. Fawcett believed they were closer than ever to finding the lost city of Zed, but what lay ahead would be far more dangerous than they anticipated. The plan was simple: travel light, move swiftly, and avoid unnecessary contact with tribes who might be hostile. The group had limited provisions, counting on their ability to live off the land and the goodwill of local tribes. Fawcett believed that this lean approach would allow him to cover more ground and increase their chances of survival in the harsh environment. However, the dangers of the jungle were not limited to hostile tribes. Disease, predators, and the overwhelming isolation posed constant threats. The deeper they ventured into the jungle, the more elusive Fawcett's dream seemed to become. Despite the physical toll, he remained undeterred, urging his companions forward. For weeks, the trio disappeared into the heart of the Amazon, following clues from ancient texts and indigenous stories. Their journey seemed to be progressing, but then, somewhere along the way, all communication stopped. Fawcett's last recorded location was near the upper Xingu River, deep in the Amazon basin. According to some accounts, the group was last seen by a friendly tribe, who offered them food and directions. But after leaving the tribe's territory, they vanished without a trace. No one would ever hear from Fawcett, his son, or Rimmel again. The disappearance sparked a wave of rumors and speculation. Many believed that Fawcett had finally found what he was looking for, while others thought he had succumbed to the jungle's many dangers. Over the years, countless expeditions have tried to uncover what happened to the famous explorer, but none have succeeded. What began as a quest for discovery ended as one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the 20th century. Mysteries and theories. What happened to Fawcett? In the years following Fawcett's disappearance, the world became obsessed with solving the mystery. Newspapers published sensational stories, and theories about his fate ranged from the plausible to the bizarre. Some speculated that Fawcett had been killed by a hostile tribe, while others believed he had succumbed to the harsh jungle environment. But there were also those who suggested he had found the lost city of Zed and chose to stay hidden from the modern world. One of the more popular theories suggests that Fawcett and his companions were killed by an indigenous tribe. While Fawcett had earned respect among many tribes, not all were friendly toward outsiders. Some expeditions that followed in his footsteps reported finding evidence of hostile tribes in the area where Fawcett disappeared. Yet, no definitive proof of his demise at the hands of a tribe has ever been found. Another theory posits that Fawcett and his team fell victim to the Amazon's harsh conditions. The dense jungle, dangerous wildlife, and lack of food could have easily claimed their lives. Some believe that they were simply overwhelmed by the jungle and perished far from any known route. If this were the case, their remains might be hidden deep within the jungle, never to be found. There are also more fantastical explanations. Some have suggested that Fawcett discovered a hidden, advanced civilization and chose to remain with them, cut off from the modern world. According to this theory, Fawcett may have found the lost city of Zed, but rather than return to civilization, he decided to live out his days among its people. This idea has fueled the imagination of countless explorers and historians, but it remains speculative at best. In the decades since Fawcett's disappearance, numerous expeditions have attempted to retrace his steps. Some have claimed to find evidence of his journey, but none have uncovered the full truth. Fawcett's fate remains one of the Amazon's most enduring mysteries. His story continues to inspire explorers and adventurers, all of whom seek to answer the question, what really happened to Percy Fawcett? The disappearance of Percy Fawcett is more than just a tale of a lost explorer. It's a story about the human desire to push beyond the limits of the known world, to discover something extraordinary, even at great personal risk. Fawcett's obsession with the lost city of Zed may have led to his demise, but it also cemented his legacy as one of history's most determined explorers. His disappearance continues to captivate those who are drawn to the mysteries of the unknown. In recent years, archaeological discoveries in the Amazon have lent some credibility to Fawcett's belief in lost civilizations. Advanced techniques like lidar have revealed evidence of complex societies that once thrived in the region. While the lost city of Zed may never be found, these discoveries suggest that Fawcett wasn't entirely wrong in his beliefs. The Amazon still holds many secrets, waiting to be uncovered. Despite the numerous expeditions and research efforts, no one has ever conclusively determined what happened to Fawcett and his team. His disappearance remains a mystery, a puzzle that continues to challenge historians, adventurers, and dreamers alike. Perhaps this is the true legacy of Percy Fawcett, a reminder that the world is still full of the unknown, and that the pursuit of discovery often comes with great risk. Fawcett's story is not just about a man lost in the jungle. It's about the human spirit's relentless drive to uncover what lies beyond. The Amazon may have claimed him, but it couldn't extinguish the intrigue surrounding his life and ambitions. Percy Fawcett's name will forever be linked to the jungle, its mysteries, and the eternal quest for the unknown. Answer: the mystery remains. Was Percy Fawcett a victim of his obsession, or did he find what he was looking for? We may never know the answer, but as long as the Amazon continues to keep its secrets, the legend of Percy Fawcett will live on, an eternal reminder of the dangers and allure of chasing the unknown.
Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment if you enjoyed the content and see you in our next video.